Hey, this is Robbie Jeffcoat with BadgePass, and today I get to talk to you about something that's super exciting, and what we like to call our BadgePass 1 Magic Show. Now, it's not a typical magic show. There's no rabbits coming from hats or anything up my sleeve, but instead what this will do is it'll walk you through the entire BadgePass 1 credentialing process. So both from printing an ID to having it work with a door access system, and also show you why it's so important to have your photo ID and door access system be under one umbrella, be under one system. So with that, let's dive in. So I'm gonna pull up the app here on the screen so you can walk through with it as well. So you'll see first thing we'll have the apps. So apps are a little bit like workflows. You can really design however many apps or however many workflows you need. But what's great about this is you can have different apps for different reasons. So for example, you may have something for different departments, different types of employees, different locations. And what's great about this is these are all permission based. So you may have some people who have access to all apps, others who have access to only a certain few. Really up to you there. But today we're just going to select on employee, and then from here we can search. So we can search for a new employee, or we can add a new one directly to the app, or also in our backend we can use a CSV file to import in the employees as well. But today we're just going to search for somebody who's already in our system because we're going to be reprinting a badge. So we have Robbie here. We're going to select him, and then from here it's got my employee record. So from here, you can take a picture. If you're using an iOS device, you can use the native camera. If you're using a Windows PC, you can use the webcam, but you can capture the picture, you can crop it, you can bring one in from your phone or from your device, or you can export it. You can also enter your data. So things like standard data, like first name, last name, ID number. We can also have custom data, things like custom drop-down menus, or really whatever information you need to capture. You'll also see our credentials. So with our credentials, we can have, this is important for obviously using for door access, right? This is where your smart card number is going to go, and it's going to allow you to open the door with your credential. And then you also have your groups. Your groups are very important to know which doors you have access to and when you have access to them. So everything looks good here. So let's go into our print preview. We'll pull up our badge design. This badge design is totally up to you. So you can design this however you want to, different colors, different logos. You want to print on the front and the back, barcode, no barcode, totally up to you, and the world's your oyster there. So from here, before we press print, let's look at something because I mentioned earlier this is going to be a reprint. And I want to tell you why, because that's very important in the whole story of the magic show. So with here, you're going to see my ID badge. So I have an ID badge I've already printed in the system. And when I take it to this access control reader, you'll notice the light, it turns green. And this shows that the card is active. So what's nice about that is you can see it, we're good to go, everything's good. But let's say I drop this ID, I lose it. I leave it in the parking lot, I'm gonna leave it right here, and I don't have it. Well, that's an active ID in the system. So what do? I come in the next day and I'm like, hey, I need to get a new ID. I go to whoever issues my ID and say, hey guys, I need a new ID. Enter this one. This is a blank ID, and you notice when I tap it on the reader, it doesn't glow green because it's not active. So with this, let's go ahead and put it into the printer. And then from the app, we're going to press print. So when I press print, what's going to happen is the command's going to be sent directly to the printer, as you hear, and it's going to start printing on the badge. But it's not only going to just print on the badge, which it's going to do, but it's also going to read that card. It's going to activate that card. But what's really nice is it's actually going to deactivate this card. So the card that I just dropped in the parking lot of a grocery store, let's say, is now absolutely deactivated. But this new card will be activated. And what's really nice about that is it makes it simple, right? That's what we're trying to do, is we're trying to make the ID issuance process easy. And what's easier than pulling up a record, pressing print, and your new card working and your old card not working? Now you may be saying, all right, what's it working on? So let's talk about this as our card comes out here. Let's talk about some of these devices that it could be working on. So I've been testing on what we call the RC reader. This is a wired reader, great for exterior doors, higher trafficked areas, where you get in and out. It can be wired like strikes or maglocks, things like that. Great reader. It can also have a keypad option. So if your organization has a need for a keypad, great reader. We also have what we call the NDEB and the LAB wireless locks. So these are wireless locks. There is no wiring involved. Everything, what you see here is what's included. It uses your existing network and it connects via Wi-Fi. Now, what's nice about these are great for maybe lower trafficked areas, maybe like meeting rooms or conference rooms or maybe office doors. So great for that. So now that we know what the car's been working on, let's look at it. So we have the new card. You'll see it'll print out. We're good to go. We just saw it print. We'll take it to a reader. We'll tap it, and you'll see it's green. Just that easy. Everything's good. But we'll talk about this ID that we had dropped in the parking lot. Somebody picks it up. They go up to our organization. They tap it on the reader, and you notice it's no longer green. It was green a few seconds ago, but because of the BadgePass process and why it's so important to have your ID and door access fully integrated, what this prevents is credential overflow. Now, credential overflow occurs when we have more active cards than we do people. And that's one thing the BadgePass 1 issuance process really helps prevent, all while keeping it extremely easy. So that's really it. That's the magic of BadgePass 1. That is why we call it the Magic Shows, because we want to show you how easy this process can be, from not just issuing IDs and activating them, but also making sure that the old ones get deactivated. Hopefully this was helpful, but if you have any other questions, please reach out. We're always here to help.